I didn't have a good freshman season. I really had a down year.
All these times Will has missed. All these times Will has missed. If we want to have a dedicated team, he was like multiple people in the crowd after the game would tell me the moment Will went to tackle, you would hear the tackle just ring throughout the whole stadium.
I got second place my first ever meet. I went 2-1, and I really felt close to God.
You come to Christ. That was definitely one of the highlights of my whole life. It's gonna be.
Oh, I felt like I was gonna cry after that.
Yeah, before you say, just say, all the guys, hey, let's pray before the game. So I thought that was really special. Just that God was working through you even before you were safe. Arrow told me about that time you almost killed him or whatever. But you just
that was not my fault. Be kind to everybody. There's too much hate in this world.
Hey, I'm Ben Underschutz from the Unshakably Inspired podcast, and today I've got a really good friend of mine, Will Sorenson, here with me today. So, Will, why don't you share a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Will, obviously. I do football and wrestling. Those are my two main sports. I live here in the state of Wisconsin. I have 6 siblings and my mom and dad.
Okay, that's pretty cool, and I forgot my notes. Oh well. I guess I'll have to go grab that. I'll really do this. And so it was actually pretty funny to get this podcast started. We couldn't figure out what was wrong with my clicker, to get it started so we could do the walk-in intro, and boom, I just forgot to turn on my Bluetooth, of course. So we do that, we end up laughing for a while, and then, finally we're out here, and I still forget my notes somehow, so I guess let's get started then. So what are some of your, interests and hobbies you'd say?
Well, I just kind of said 2 of them, football and wrestling. I also like doing a little bit of airsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Where do you like to shoot, airsoft?
I usually like to play with friends. This summer, I'm planning to have 8 friends of mine, including you, to go in my backyard and play some airsoft, so that should be pretty fun.
Yeah, imagine I don't show up.
Yeah, we'll supply you with a gun.
I'm just joking. We'll supply me with a gun? Yeah, sounds like one of those games they're just yeah, we'll bring you here and we're gonna supply you with a gun. So you can go.
It's gonna be a really fun experience. It's gonna be in my backyard in the woods, and it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, first he's talking about giving gangs guns, and now he's talking about shooting people, hunting people in the woods. So this is already a great start to the podcast, and obviously, so there's with wrestling, how's that going right now, since wrestling season is just pretty much at its end just about now. So
we have one more thing. I didn't have a good freshman season. I really had a down year. I'm really looking to bounce back next year. My record was 5-20 this year, so I'm looking to get that up next year. So
yeah.
So
no, it's okay. It's your freshman year. You're a freshman. Will, you said you started this is your second year, right?
Yeah.
So it's your second year. I'm sure a lot of these guys have been wrestling since they were 3 years old. So it's not because gosh, some of the wrestling programs, I think Thorpe, what do they start when they're 5 now? I think it's first grade or whatever. Yeah, it's kindergarten. So just wrestling. For every for every sport now, it's just they've got I guess it's been that way for a long time, but just for wrestling, I guess especially they're doing it a lot younger and younger. So during the spring, what do you want to do when there's no sports, really too much?
I have thought about doing baseball actually this year.
Ooh.
I have thought about doing that. If not, just weightlifting for football. Get in there. I have missed quite a bit this winter due to wrestling, but that's no excuse.
Yeah.
So.
See, now you just told us, and probably our coach is probably going to see this now. He's just going to be, all these times Will has missed. All these times Will has missed. If we want to have a dedicated team. No, just joking. like Coach Mars, he's a phenomenal guy. Yeah, I think we definitely made a good choice on him. And it'll be really cool. And if anyone, like, I guess, judges him because we didn't have the season we had last year. Not the year before last year, I guess. But yeah, that we had before. Coach Caney. I think he's just we playing a really tough conference, and I think he's going to build a really good team with us. So.
Well, Mr. Caney's first 2 years, they're not that good.
Yeah.
But his third year and above from all that were very good seasons. I think that's going to be the same with us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. He's a very good coach, Brody Warner.
Yeah, definitely. And well, that's usually the case with most coaches too. I mean, it takes time to build a culture. It takes time to get in there. I mean, next year, and it took him a couple years. It took Mike McDaniel. This was his second year. It took that. Just for so many coaches that have been there. And even like coaches that have like gone like Super Bowl first year, like Mike Vrabel did this year. I mean, they've got lots of years of coaching experience as a head coach. They've got lots of defensive experience. Of, like run teams that have like made it really far. And I guess in Mike Vrabel's case, been on teams that made it very far. So a phenomenal player Mike Vrabel was. So yeah, and then football. Well, I mean, obviously I know what you play, but for the audience. So yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about football?
Well, I started playing when I was in 7th grade. I was a safety and wide receiver throughout my whole career. This year I had a down year. About mid-season I got injured with a concussion, and I was basically out for most of the season. So that kind of sucked. I didn't have a good freshman year so far.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in your case though too, like I think it's more as an injury than anything else, because I mean, like anyone will tell you that this guy hits like harder than anybody else. In 8th grade he won the the
Hit Stick Award.
Yeah, the Hit Stick Award. I mean, like he was like multiple people in the crowd after the game would tell me though that that like the moment Will went to tackle, like just like you'd hear the like tackle just ring throughout the whole stadium. So Will's a phenomenal job. I think wrestling might help that a little bit, and then, but yeah, Will he puts his heart into everything he does, honestly, and I think he's a phenomenal football player. Even though I should have been strong safety in 7th grade.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun year, with Coach Matt coaching us.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, like we easily I think behind Cadott had the best defense in all of middle school. Pretty much around us, because I mean, like we were just like we destroyed Regis. We destroyed who else did we destroy? We destroyed a lot of teams though, which is good, except for we lost to I think Fall Creek week 1 7-0, and then we lost to Cadott a lot to nothing. But although like I feel like in that game too, like had like we not been playing like full field too, like instead of just like the normal 40-yard scrimmage like we do for 7th grade, I feel like we would have done a lot better too, because we just weren't used to special teams and all that stuff, and we really struggled at that. So yeah. Well,
you were obviously you played linebacker.
Yeah.
You played safety in middle school, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. You were a hard hitter too, right?
Oh, I tried to be. For me though, like I'm honestly really happy as just a linebacker in 8th grade. I know like there's the first 2 games 8th grade I probably played like a couple of snaps. I wasn't getting really any snaps at all, mainly just special teams. So it's really really cool now, just like week 3 though, I like after playing me a couple snaps, week 2 at middle linebacker, just coach is like, hey, this guy can tackle, so let's put him at middle linebacker. So that was just a lot of fun, playing middle linebacker. Just really cool though, with like the help of just like my team, especially Max Acker, like he did a phenomenal job at just like helping me just like relearn, like learn a whole bunch of stuff just on the go, since I got let know like the last practice before the game. Oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna be a middle linebacker now. So so I didn't even really get a chance to I didn't even get a chance to practice in middle linebacker. So it's just like learning on the go, being right there, and then Max is just right there to help me. And then I ended up getting 15 tackles that game, which is still the best game I've ever had, I think. So that was a fun game for me. Versus Loyal, I think it was Loyal, not for sure. It was either Loyal
or it had been Loyal. They were on the ball the whole game.
Yeah. And they just like it was just funny though. Like every single time, it'd be 32 dives. So and since I was left middle linebacker, I was just right there to fill in that A gap. Especially since like we couldn't like blitz in middle school, but we could like play up right on the center. So I'd just be right there, I'd rip off the center, and boom, he's just right there because their coach did not have an idea on what a very playbook does. So like the Packers trying to run inside zone every single time. Even when what's that guy, Moro Joma just like calls it right in front of the center, you want to talk a little bit about your family?
Yeah, I mean, I have 6 siblings. I have a stepdad. I never knew my dad.
Mhm.
I heard he wasn't a very good guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, my mom and dad got married about 2021, and he stepped in when I was about 7 years old, and he's a phenomenal guy. I look up to him a lot. He's definitely helped me throughout my football career, trying to get me better and everything. Yeah, and I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
Yeah.
And they're all very nice. They're good people. And yeah.
Yeah, no, it's always funny, especially just like your littlest Grant, just coming there and he's in his Avenger suit or his Superman suit or whatever costume he has for the day. I'm just in there, just like, hey, look at me. It's like Grant, he's the funniest little kid. It was a phenomenal little brother in him, and then I guess you said Grant, he started wrestling now.
Actually, he quit, sadly.
Oh.
Hopefully he'll pick up when he's old, but right now he's a kid, so he's trying to enjoy his youth.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, like, look at you talking. I mean, some people even 80 still live in their youth. Age a number. I mean, that's a comment starter, eh?
Yeah. And then my brother Marshall, he played football for 3 years, and he broke his rib his second year.
Ooh.
So he was out of that for a while. In his 8th grade year, he did that, and he just didn't like it anymore. Yeah, I definitely think I pushed him too hard in it, though, which I regret that quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like crazy though. It's like as an older sibling too. I mean, like you just you see your younger siblings, all you want to see them is do is succeed. So sometimes you just push them too hard to be that person. You have a success. It's sort of like sometimes even parents, our parents will do. Sometimes they'll just like have this mold of success they think they want us to go to, but in reality, just like letting them be what they're meant to be instead of letting them be what you think they're meant to be is the best call. And hey, it's great that we're admitting that at least now, because it definitely helps build your bond when you're saying, hey, brother or sister, I'm sorry I pushed you too hard to try to make you something. It definitely instead of living through that hurt of being that, like, I guess not good enough sibling or whatever, being that because your older brother or sister was just better at something.
Yeah. I gotta bring Marshall to church, though. I think he would definitely I'm trying to find the word for this. Seek God. He would definitely try to seek God.
Yeah, so just I think one thing I would say next is just like what are some inspirations you have? Just like do what you do. Like, for example, like to play football. What was your inspiration for that, do you think?
Definitely my dad. I always seen him watching football and him talking about his high school career, and so I was like, yeah, well, I'm gonna do this. I want to make him proud. So I joined my 7th grade year. I ended up starting, and I had a pretty good year that year. Could definitely done better in coverage.
Yeah,
but
No, well, you received some unnecessary, like, I mean, like that game. Oh, what was the game like? Trying to think now. I think
the first game, and I let out the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, and then
oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I think everybody forgot about that one. I'm thinking about the third game though, like the game, like that game, like where I was hurt. We were playing Altoona, I think, right? Yeah, we're playing Altoona. Yeah, like everybody's like joking to you next practice about how you allowed that 40-yard touchdown just as a final play. But we were already up by so much it didn't even matter. It was just a Hail Mary, and just Will was just happened to be there. So
Yeah.
and that was probably the third time they threw the ball the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first year of tackling football, so
yeah. Yeah, no, you did a lot better than me. Like, I think I had 5 tackles the whole season that game. And one of them that should have been, I'll never go up, stop talking about it, but that one game, at the end of the year versus Regis, where I supposedly allowed a touchdown, by not tackling him soon enough, but his knee was clearly in the ground, but the ref wasn't looking, so he just jumped in the end zone after getting taken down by me at the 1 yard line. When the clock expired, yeah. So he just jumps in, the ref was not looking, maybe half the time they aren't in any sport. So they ended up getting 1 touchdown, but that should never happen. But besides that, with their last, play effort on that, we easily smonked Regis on that game. That was a fun game to play. We beat them again in 8th grade after me. Although I sort of got my it's not really redemption since nothing bad really happened because of that. But me, Arrow, Griffin, and I think I can't remember who was the 4th person on the tackle. But me, Arrow, Griffin, and
I think it was Kellen.
Yeah, it was Kellen. Yeah. We stopped it. It was so cool to be a part of that. We stopped the quarterback at the 1 yard line. The ball was an inch away from the end zone, and as he was reaching it out, I punched the football out. It was clearly a fumble, but I kneeled in the end zone obviously because I would be touched by the 20 yard line. But they said he was down by contact, which didn't really make any sense again. But so pretty much okay. So first time his knee was down at the 1 yard line and they gave him a touchdown. The next time they say his knee was down when I would have gotten a fumble and we would have gotten the ball at the 20. But anyhow, the next play, our quarterback Austin, he comes back and he just goes for a 40-yard scramble to give us the room to have him kneel down. So that was really
that was an amazing game.
Oh that was definitely. If you ever want to hear about a game where just a team that was the underdog by far against a huge school like Regis, just coming there, just setting the standard and just it was actually a pretty cool game because actually Caden Steinbeck he came in because all our tight ends got hurt, and just as a 7th grader, just he ended up scoring what would be our game-winning touchdown with 2.5 minutes left.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was 40-yard touchdown. That was just a phenomenal throw, phenomenal catch. That was a really fun game to play. I did not have my best game for the most part until that final tackle, which was my one aura moment of the whole game. But it was just a fun game. We played to win. We played to fight. It was just a phenomenal game by us as a team, and hey, we won, but sadly we didn't win this year. But as Jamers mentioned, but next year, hopefully on both squads. Next year, we're coming to town.
Yeah, we got a lot of good freshmen coming up. King Steinbach.
Yeah, he's gonna be. I think Rylan Weathers. He's been putting a lot of work on the weight room. I think he's gonna be a solid weight room for our JV this year. Definitely gonna. I think he's gonna be a phenomenal player coming forward. And then Paxton, he's got quite the arm, so we'll see how he does as a QB. So definitely got some talent there. I guess we were droning on and on about our high school football journeys that I'm sure honestly nobody cares about. And probably everybody's tuned out at this point of the episode anyway because I saw that the average view is 8.5 minutes anyhow. So but anyhow, how about your faith?
Well, I'm pretty sure you got me into going to church and everything.
Yeah.
So shout out to Benji.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made me come to church, and then it was 8th grade year. I joined wrestling, and I didn't know nothing about it, and I was so nervous. But all of a sudden, I think God found me.
Yeah.
And I think that's closest I ever felt to God before.
Yeah.
I'd pray before matches. I'd pray after matches. I really think that helped me my 8th grade year. For my first year ever, I joined late in the year, basically at the end. There's 2 more weeks left. I went 4-3. I got 2nd place my first ever meet. I went 2-1, and I really felt close to God, and I won't ever forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really special just to be there, when you came to Christ, just like in the youth room, me, Matt Medzinski, and then you, obviously, just like, seeing you come to Christ. That was definitely one of the highlights of my whole life. It's going to be one of the
I felt like I was going to cry after that.
Yeah, yeah, no, that was really special. And just, yeah, it's really cool. I think also just like, I remember, like, even before you were saved, yeah, it was before you were saved. Even you were just like, like I could easily see like God was working on you, and just even like before you're saved, just say, like all the guys, hey, let's pray before the game. So I thought that was really special. Just that God was working through you even before you were saved. I think that's really cool, and how God's God wants to save everybody, the whole world, and everyone come to Christ through Him and come to salvation. So it's awesome. Yeah. So okay, so a little bit more about sports. This guy, he's a freaking Eagles fan. So we have our moments, especially mainly me crying. I'll drop probably like the link to the video description, but like where he as a dare, since I lost, I had to wear like he got to pick my full outfit for like a Christmas party or a youth group. So I ended up having a stupid costume with it had 1022 all over it. I had a hat saying the Packers suck, and I had so much like that.
I wish I was there for that. But
yeah, that was.
Hey, ever since I became an Eagles fan, we never lost against Green Bay. They were what, 4-0 now?
5-0, I think, because
5-0.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been the Eagles. It's starting to get a little bit too long. So we got to make sure that Packer Nation does that this year. So
I don't think you're on our schedule this year.
Oh, I don't think so. Probably not, because I mean we just faced the NFC East. So you guys are in the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyhow, yeah. So we faced the NFC East this year because we had the Commanders and Cowboys and all that. So we're probably not yet. Yeah, but so yeah, as I know, you work at Debbie's, right? Debbie's on Broadway, which obviously nobody's gonna know watching, probably, unless you're from Stanley, Wisconsin, or from the area. But yeah, you work at the little mom and pop restaurant, Stanley's, Debbie's on Broadway, right?
Yeah, I've been working there for over a year now. Work as a dishwasher, family owned, and they're amazing people. I'm glad I started working there. I got the job because I was looking for a job, and my mom randomly told me one day, you got a job interview today? So I was like, all right. So I went with her. I was so nervous, and I filled out an application. Debbie was joking with me. And after that, she's like, oh, you're getting the job. And so I went to my grandma's house, and we celebrated.
Yeah. This video was not sponsored by Debbie's on Broadway. Go get your I don't know, what do they offer? I've never been inside there, actually. I should probably go sometime just to say hi.
Yeah, we serve pizzas, burgers, everything basically. Yeah. Desserts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I remember you brought the cheesecakes that one time. Those were really nice.
Oh yeah, got the 4th best-selling cheesecake.
Yeah, I know. It was
was it $100?
I know. Yeah, it was John. He bought it for $100. That was crazy. Yeah, no. I'm he spent a lot of money on cheesecakes, and he's just all cheesecake, going all in on the cheesecakes. So.
Did he spend I know one family spent $2,000 on that.
Well, not $2,000. The most one person spent was about $625, but it was still, yeah. And definitely, a lot of people, like John, he spent $450, so he obviously spent a lot of money. But it was really cool, so we could go to districts in Green Bay. So that was really cool. So. Yeah, so I mean, you're a dishwasher at Debbie's. You do anything else, or just?
I have mowed lawn in the past, right before Debbie's. I enjoyed it so much. I made a lot of money from it. I was very successful. I had 12 clients from it. I ended up just buying a $10 push mower from a garage sale. Mm-hmm. I started with that. I was mowing lawns my first year. I made quite a bit of money my first year. And I got a lawnmower from Travis Schiebel. It is a nice push mower. It was a snapper. Mm-hmm. I ended up mowing with that for my first year, or my second year, sorry. Uh, I ended up having a really good year with that. My third year, I finally got a rider mower. It was a 1991 John Deere GX75, and that mower was amazing. It was in really good shape. I gave it a nice bath. But then I got a job at Debbie's, and I handed everything down to my brother Marshall. And he kind of had a slump year this year, but the weather wasn't really that good last year.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to help him out this year. Yeah.
Yeah. And besides that, he's a professional e-biker.
That's gonna be pretty fun this year doing that with me and you.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's gonna definitely be a lot of fun. I mean, if he gets another e-bike after selling his, but yeah.
Actually, I think I found one. $400.
That's
32 miles per hour.
Oh,
basically, it's just like a Rich Star, just cheaper.
Yeah, what I got, I got the 26 inch, like, it pretty much looks like a bicycle, but it has a battery, so it's an e-bike. No, I'm just joking. Like, it also like weighs a lot too. It's 65 pounds, so it's got like, and it's got like, even though like the tires are thin, it's still got all-terrain grip, so it's really nice. So like all the time, you know, when I'm riding around, even like now I'll ride, you know, around all the time. I'll be on just glare ice and it'll just be fine, and it has like automatic like balance things, so it's, you know.
Have you ever slipped?
One time I did like a crash it, like, and pretty much face plant in the snow, which I was very thankful for that snow, because otherwise it would not have been fun otherwise. But yeah, I just like hit a patch of ice, and then like my handlebar, and I kid you not, it just literally came out of socket. It just like the front part, because like they're in separate parts, so the bolt there, it just came out of socket. It just like, so I had so obviously with like no handlebar, I just obviously like couldn't, you know, keep balance, you know, just like I crashed it. So
actually, I had crashed during my own. My first year when I got my e-bike, it was right around winter time, and I think this is literally the day after I got it, because I got it at night. So the day after I got it, I was riding around, and I was crossing like somewhat of a bridge. It was like a snowmobile bridge, and it was just covered in black ice.
Yeah.
And I remember I put the throttle down, and the wheel kicked out, and I just crashed, and the pedal broke off. So, and I never know where that pedal went, actually. Yeah. So the whole time I had that e-bike, I only had one pedal on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, he could have just bought another pedal for $7, but no. Well, I don't know, he just has to have more aura. Like, Arrow told me about that time you almost killed him or whatever. Where you just like,
oh my gosh, that was not my fault.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be so much fun getting an e-bike. Yeah, riding around with you. I think my brother's gonna be getting one this year also.
Oh yeah.
So start e-bike gang in Stanley.
Yeah, just like mopeders, you just leave. We started the brand new e-bike society. Imagine some like older person just like decided it was a real thing, just like try to join with like, you know, one of those like tripod, like like tri-wheeled e-bikes, you know, like 2 miles per hour. E-bike and scooter. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So, what would you say are some like trials you faced throughout your life?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Some trials I faced. Definitely the judgment of other people. I have always struggled with that, and I just killed hate with kindness. So I always value being a kind person. So I love being kind to people, and I used to be kind of mean, not really. I was kind of mean, but I think God showed me the importance of kindness. So I think, yeah, that's the struggle I faced. Well, when I was growing up, I never had a dad, and that really affected me when I was younger. I'd lash out at school because of it. It was a really tough time for me. Yeah, my mom always really felt bad about it. You know, it wasn't her fault. But I don't blame her at all because of it. Um, so yeah, I had to get through that basically by myself.
Mhm.
So I always looked up to my grandpa as a father figure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so no, yeah, it's definitely like obviously rough. You know, you don't get that picture, you know, of a father figure in your life. So I know a lot of people too, just like they'll like you know hate God because of that, just because I mean like you know God's obviously our heavenly Father. So you know when we don't get that picture of you know like an actual you know father, sometimes it just makes us think that God's gonna be that way too. But yeah, just like what would you say to people who think that?
Um, you're not going through it alone. There's other people that are around you that can help with that, and it's not your fault that you don't have a dad, and neither is it your mom's. Um, and I think I was better off without him.
Mhm. Yeah, so whatever on that. I'm glad that God has like helped you heal you through that. But yeah, it's definitely that you know your relationship with your mom is still you know good even through that. Obviously that's a rough trial. You know, want to find obviously we all want to find people to blame for different stuff like that, but just ultimately knowing that you know God has control over things and He understands what He's doing can ultimately change your way on viewing a lot of things, even if we don't always understand the way things work out. Yeah, just you know, any more you think you've faced throughout your life?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Obviously, I had trials, but they're very small.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. So just like, what do you think are some like just like life lessons you want people to take away from your life? Stuff you want them to know.
um, be kind to everybody. There's too much hate in this world to be mean to somebody. Spread kindness. I think that's very important. Um, and seek God earlier in life. Um, I grew up not really knowing Him, and I regret that a lot. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, and what do you think would be something you'd say like you know just like you have you know in the past you know couple of years now? What would you say to someone who's just like searching you for God? You know, just like questioning a whole bunch of stuff. You know, should you become a Christian or not? You know, is this thing real? You know, like what would you say to people who are just like going through that thought process like a lot of people are right now?
Look for help from your pastor. Definitely, your pastor will help with that. Matt, I actually just talked to him yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had a few questions for him. It's mostly about becoming a pastor. Off topic, but yeah, definitely, I would praise God and go to church, see how you feel about it, and yeah, I would definitely seek God.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, God's love is so great for us, and like the only way we can find it is by like you know like I guess well we don't even really have to do too hard to look for it because I mean like God's like it's really cool though. He's just like stretching it out directly to us. You know, He's giving it to us, He's offering to us as a gift. Always got to you know it's just like a gift in someone's hand. All you got to do is like move the small distance to reach out and grab that gift. So yeah, God's love is really special, and I think you should definitely as well saying just like ask people who like know have had a strong faith for a long time and know a lot about God and can give you like really honest answers instead of just like you know getting it from people who are biased and stuff like that and just getting you know from people who you know who just experience God's love and grace over their life and just but they can tell you the amazing things He's done for them and He can do for you. So yeah, so yeah, moving forward, just like like what are you thinking of? Just like what are you looking to do like in the future, occupationally? Do you think?
Um, I haven't really thought about becoming a pastor lately. I don't know. I just feel like it's my calling.
Mm-hmm.
One of my teachers, Mr. Ewer, shout out to Mr. Ewer.
Yeah.
He has been a pastor before. So he told me to come down to his office at any time to talk about it and how to become one. And I have talked to our pastor Matt
Yeah.
about it, and he's like, yeah, he's giving me some pointers on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have thought about that. I also have thought about becoming a semi trucker because my grandpa has been a semi trucker his whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
you guys see the whole United States
Mhm.
through a
Yeah.
truck window.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, trucking is a good business. I have some family members in the business. The only thing is you need to pay a chiropractor a lot of money if you want to be a trucker, and then just just like obviously you can just lead to some unhealthy living style and stuff like that. So it's what you want to sacrifice. But yeah, I'm very thankful those truckers out there though. They do a lot for us. So
trucking is very hard. You're all by yourself.
yeah.
Out a whole week for
That's what people who are trucking, they can listen to this podcast, give them something to do. Listen to a couple of Joe Schmoes that messing around, and you've got nothing else you can do for your time. So if you're on the road right now, I actually have a friend of mine that's a trucker who will probably be watching this episode. So shout out to you, Kurt Kulas. So shout out to you, if you're watching this on the not watching it hopefully, but listening to it on audio. On the road. So and then just cool that you mentioned the pastor, because like at districts, like obviously Will you were there, but like at one of like breakdown seminars I went to though, there's like it was like talking about like becoming a pastor, and they said like becoming a pastor and youth pastor is actually the two biggest ministry needs right now, because like a whole bunch less people like than like 50 years ago are becoming pastors and youth pastors now. So there's a huge need for that right now. A lot of people and a lot of churches need a lot of pastors now. So I think that's definitely would be a good calling. Obviously, that's be really cool going into ministry. God does so much with you, and He helps you grow so much when when you're in ministry, serving Him. So it's just really cool. What could be obviously, definitely takes a lot of stress. Obviously, there's a lot of things like that. It's sometimes hard too, because like you feel that unnecessary pressure that you shouldn't have, that you have to be that special person in the church, when really you're just another servant of God. So obviously there's those stresses and pressures, and that's why like the suicide rate is actually like raising for pastors, just because of that. They feel unnecessary stresses. But if you remember that God's the ultimate one who's carrying you on, just like you might have that one, in basketball, it's a very carried sport. You might have that one player that carries you on the team. That's how God is. He's going to carry you to victory after victory, and He's going to be there for you. So it's really cool to hear that. God's definitely going to work through your life if you do that. There's a huge opening for it. So,
have you ever thought about becoming a pastor?
Well, I don't know. That'd definitely be interesting. Definitely have to look at that in the future. I have no idea yet. So
I could see that from you.
I don't know. See, look at this guy. He's probably just gonna take over my podcast. I mean, he's already bold enough to ask me questions on my podcast. I'm just kidding. No, I'm definitely it's so fun to have like guys like Will and Jameis on, that I know really well. Too bad like I've been talking to a lot of other people for I guess like online episodes and stuff like that, but that hasn't been going too well right now. It's just a lot of miscommunication and stuff like that. So, but I do promise you we will also like get some guys that are just like, we're not just gonna go through my whole football team roster. It's awesome, although it's awesome to have like Jameis and obviously you will on. We could definitely see having you guys. I mean, we could do that thing where if this video gets 1,000 likes, we're gonna have Will and Jameis on another episode of this podcast. Just put that up there as a thumbnail. Just like, no, I don't think a single person would click on it then.
Yeah, Jameis is a very good guy. I love Jameis.
He'd be a phenomenal co-host for any podcast, I think. And
I'd love to do that. A collab with me and Jameis.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Hey, we could always do a challenge. Even though like I guess we've used your episode, we can always well, I mean, like, it's not like it's really like, oh, you used your one spot, this is your only spot you're ever gonna get. No, like we can do a collab sometime too. Which is I've actually been doing a collab coming up on here Wednesday. So with something for just a short for the podcast. So that's gonna be definitely something fun for people to look forward to. Probably gonna try to post it next week on Thursday or Friday. So I don't know. See how that goes. But that'll be a really fun collab. So yeah, but it's really cool. Just like just with my old friends, be able to do stuff like this, and it's really awesome that anybody like 330 views on our first video. That was just crazy to me. A lot of people saw Jameis' story. A lot of people heard it. Jameis' dad, without even telling me, just like advertised it on Facebook, and I probably got at least 50 views from that. So that's actually sort of crazy. And a lot of people from even everyone from Micah's mom to like pretty much everybody, it's really cool. So a lot of people in town are just talking about Jameis' story in the podcast now. So it's can't keep secrets in a small town, I guess. So thanks, Will, for being on, and I just really appreciate that. It's been really fun to know you for so long, and God's gonna do some amazing things in your life, I think. So yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Benji.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I definitely, make sure, if you see this, share Will's story with other people's lives. For me, just on the podcast, I just love sharing like other people's stories. Just for other people to see. That's like the main goal of this podcast, just so other people can hear other people's stories. And thanks for tuning in. Shake Inspired, and see you all on the next one.